Oh, what's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTW BRB. Welcome back to more WWE versus TEW, the weekly series where we take the events and shows ran by the WWE, book them in the game, and see just how well the WWE does against TEW, or Total Extreme Wrestling and Grey Dog Software will be the one company to bring the WWE down to its knees. Tonight we are booking 205 Live, the June 26th edition of 205 Live, my brother's birthday edition of 205 Live, so let's hope it's good. Main event of the night is a six-man tag team elimination match as the Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik take on Drew Gulak, the Brian Kendrick, and Jack Gallagher. But that's about it. Nothing else really to add. Let's just go ahead and run this show. 205 Live, everybody's favorite show, opens up with a 31E plus rating here as we get our cold open of the night. Drake Maverick, the general manager, hypes up the show, hyping up that we will see our opening match between Akira Tozawa and Tony Nese, the debut of Lio Rush, and then, of course, our main event six-man elimination match between Drew Gulak, Jack Gallagher, and the Brian Kendrick, taking on Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik. Kendrick, surprise, surprise, and Gran Metalik are the two least popular out of the six-man match, so I went ahead and just didn't feature them because I can do this now? Huh. Well, I'm going to wait because we'll probably get dinged because, you know, he's turning heel, so we'll give him a little bit of build and hope that maybe it does, but it probably won't. But I didn't think that you were able to do this when they were off screen. I thought you would have to only turn them when they were on screen, but I guess that's okay. Like I said, we'll wait until... I made a pointless segment beforehand to kind of hope that it helps out Lio Rush, you know, in his turn, because I thought I had to feature him on screen, and I wanted him to be a heel before going into this matchup, but whatever, that's fine. 32E plus rating to open up the night. Terrible matchup here as Akira Tozawa goes over Tony Nese in 8 minutes 44 seconds with the bridging German suplex. I don't think he beat him with the bridging German suplex. I think Tozawa hit him with like that top rope cannonball move or something like that. Buddy Murphy was kind of Tony Nese's manager here. During the entrance with Tony Nese, Buddy Murphy was like by his side, but he left soon after. Like, he didn't come out to the ring and accompany him, so I don't really know why he even bothered coming out. Nonetheless, though, you got to feel bad for Tony Nese because the commentators even put this over on commentary, stating how both Akira Tozawa and Tony Nese need some momentum, that they haven't been picking up a lot of victories, and a victory tonight could really do some good wonders for them. But poor Tony Nese, man, he's like always the guy that they choose to do the job. He did the job to Akira Tozawa tonight. Hell, I even remember when I went to Monday Night Raw a few months back when they did that gauntlet match. That, oh god, people loved it. I hated it. Talk about a waste of money. I'm glad I didn't spend my money on that, and I got free tickets from my buddy, who got free tickets from Johnny Ace, I might add. Don't mean to brag. Nonetheless, though, yeah, that gauntlet match was too long, but whatever. Nonetheless, getting on a little bit of a tangent here, so I'll cut this shorty quick. Nese, he did the job on main event that night to Gran Metalik, the Monday Night Raw I went to. So he's even doing the job to Gran Metalik, who's like the guy who does the job to the faces. So it's like Nese is the heel jobber, Metalik is the face jobber, and Tony Nese is viewed as less than Gran Metalik. It just sucks for Tony Nese, especially when you consider that he is Buddy Murphy's like buddy partner or whatever you want to call him. So 9 times out of 10, he's going to be doing the job to a lot of Buddy Murphy's rivals because, well, he just fills that role. Nonetheless, though, went on a little bit of a tangent there on Tony Nese. Kind of feel bad for the guy. My buddy Zach really likes Tony Nese, too, so sorry, Zach. Akira Tozawa and Tony Nese don't click, and that showed in their performance. That's unfortunate. We already know about Joseph and Watson. Akira Tozawa with a 32 in-ring performance, and Tony Nese with a 29. You also have to remember that because they didn't click, that it probably affected their performance as well. But, yeah, there you go. Nese with a 29, though. Good God. Akira Tozawa is improving in Rumble. Good on him. 47 solid D rating here as we get a recap from last week's main event, the triple threat match that featured Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali, and Hideo Itami, who won after getting rid of the turnbuckle pad and pretty much sending Mustafa Ali face first into it. We then jump backstage to Drake Maverick's office to get a 39 D- rating here as the I almost said WCW. I'm so used to Invasion. WWE Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander walks in, and he's looking to find out who is next in line to be challenging him for the Cruiserweight Championship. Drake Maverick says he hasn't yet decided, which catches Alexander off guard because he thought for sure it was going to be Hideo Itami. I mean, in his eyes, Hideo Itami has earned his shot. He beat Buddy Murphy. He beat Mustafa Ali. Hideo Itami should be next in line. Drake Maverick goes on to say that he doesn't reward bad behavior. People like Hideo Itami, people like TJP, who was featured here as well, he did bring him up, aren't going to be rewarded because of how they hold themselves and how they act. Alexander goes on to say that he can agree with that, but at the same time, he's not doing this for Hideo Itami. He's doing this for himself. Hideo Itami is a legend over in Japan, and he is another notch that he wants to add to his belt pretty much. And Maverick goes on to tell Alexander he will take it under consideration, so 9 times out of 10, we will most likely see Hideo Itami take on Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. I still think that they might be pulling off a 4-way thing, though. I don't know why. I just get the feeling that Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy may be added to this match in the future. Maybe we'll still get a Hideo Itami and Alexander feud, you know, where they do fight each other, but I do think that we will see a fatal 4-way match. I just get the feeling. Gained heat for the TJP, fed up with the management angle, and the Cruiserweight title feud just advanced. We get a 15 F+ rating. Lio Rush, boy, you are going to need to build yourself up. Because unlike most NXT guys, because I've said this during, the very first episode of the series, when an NXT guy would be called up, I would adjust their popularity to where I see fit. Well, Lio Rush really wasn't that popular in NXT in the first place, so I didn't see much of a need to adjust his popularity. So the man of the hour, Lio Rush, is here in 205 Live. I'm taking over, guys. I'm taking over his career, and we're going to help him out, apparently. And he is debuting next. Coming up next is our pointless angle that I, mentioned before, to where we were going to have to turn Lio Rush. 15 F+ for that as well. Apparently he is not a good heel, which I actually disagree. I'm enjoying his heel work. Guaranteed it would need a little work. Excuse me. But I think he's an actual fit. Either way, let's go ahead and change this. Oh, it's probably not going to do good. Got one segment. Okay. Well, yeah, this is probably going to do bad. So his City Slicker gimmick got a rating of above average, so that's good. But here we go. Yeah. Apparently, we still are too close to having too many shock turns. I had a fear about this, but I think that's stupid. I think it's been long enough since we've had a shock turn on our program, but apparently we haven't. So unfortunately for you, Lio Rush, it is going to it's going to be a problem in the beginning, but we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. So Lio Rush's turn did not go well, but he is officially a heel. He's probably going to want a bonus after this, though. 100 A-star, thanks to Big Break John. Thank you, Big Break John, for your pointless commercial break. Always love him. And then Lio Rush's debut. 24 solid E rating here. And an abysmal matchup. Lio Rush goes over local talent Dewey James in 3 minutes, 24 seconds with the Rush Hour. We already know about Joseph and Watson's chemistry. This brought the crowd down. Dewey James with an in-ring performance of a 22. Lio Rush 1 point better with a 23. Oh boy, Lio, this is going to take a minute. Dewey James is played by Remy Marcel, just in case you guys wanted to know. Also, this was not the guy they used. Not even close. Now, 9 times out of 10, most likely the person I choose to represent the local talent isn't the right guy anyway, but this guy was completely off. I could not find a guy that looked like the person they chose to play Dewey James, so I went with the guy who had kind of like similar hair to Dewey James. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Dewey James is improving in performance as well, so there you go, Dewey. The one guy that I didn't really care about. Lio could have improved, but whatever. 23 E- rating as Dasha Fuentes interviews Lio Rush after the match. And he pretty much just hypes himself up, talking about the Cruiser Gold or, something like that. He calls himself something. The Gold or something Gold. I can't remember. I wanted to remember, too. I should have made a note of it because I thought it was a badass nickname for him. I can't remember. generic promo pretty much on behalf of Lio Rush as he cuts the promo talking about how he's here now and how nobody in the back can do what he can do and yada yada yada. He ends it by telling him, you know, 205 Live, it's time to feel a rush pretty much. I think, by the way, Lio Rush is going to be a good fit on 205 Live. I think he's going to do great things. Definite future Cruiserweight champion, if you ask me. Very, very impressed in the ring with him. He is very impressive. A lot of those kicks were nice. 43 solid D rating here as Renee Young questions Cedric Alexander, as she bumps into him, of course, about his decision to pretty much take on Hideo Itami. Alexander, you know, he admits that, you know, Itami's kind of an asshole, but Itami's earned his spot and he wants to, you know, make him, you know, prove himself. Hideo Itami even walks in and he confronts Cedric Alexander. He isn't mic'd at first, so you can't hear what he's saying. You probably wouldn't even have understood what he was saying, though, because he was speaking Japanese. He pushes Alexander. Alexander pushes back. Things look like it's going to get a little heated before GM, DM, Drake Maverick gets involved, gets in between them, and pretty much makes sure nothing happens while we got referee Ryan Tran and Danielo Amphibio there to ensure nothing happens as well. No worker improvements. We get ready for our main event of the night, 38D-, as we see Drew Gulak, Jack Gallagher, and the Brian Kendrick planning out what they're going to do while the Lucha House Party warm up while helping Lince Dorado do, like, handstand push-ups or something. I don't know, it was weird. He also went to go smack Penelope Pinata, which is like the pinata that has Drew Gulak's face on it or whatever. But they stopped him. 32 E+ rating as we get hyped for next week, most likely the main event, as it'll be a no disqualification match between Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali. Before the match can begin, 52D+ rating. The Lucha House Party attack before the bell rings and pretty much taking them off the apron as they're talking their smack and then doing the suicide dives through the rope, before, you know, Grand Metalik puts Jack Gallagher into the ring and we start our matchup. Gained heat for the feud. And now it is main event time. Main event of the night gets a 42 solid D rating here. And a poor matchup, Drew Gulak, the Brian Kendrick, and Jack Gallagher I don't know what the hell I was going to say. They go over, or defeat, the Lucha House Party, which is Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Grand Metalik, in 17 minutes, 2 seconds. This is not correct. Grand Metalik was the first person eliminated. He was eliminated very early on by, I believe it was Jack Gallagher, after hitting a headbutt after Drew Gulak pushed him off the top rope. Then it wasn't Kalisto. In fact, Kalisto was the final elimination, so I don't know why they did that. I'm pretty sure I even made it clear. Yeah, Kalisto to lose, so whatever. But nonetheless, it wasn't Kalisto, but in the game apparently it was. The second person eliminated was the Brian Kendrick, who was eliminated by Lince Dorado. And you'll have to excuse me because I honestly don't remember how Lince eliminated Kendrick. I think before Kendrick was eliminated. I'm not sure if this was... No, it was before Kendrick was eliminated. Lince was taking a lot of the heat before Kendrick was eliminated, and at one point Drew Gulak threw him onto the ground, and Lince Dorado's mask came straight off, like on the ground. You can see Lince Dorado's bald head. Luckily for Lince, he covered his face right away, and this definitely wasn't planned, because when they went on the outside, the referee wasn't even counting. He was just waiting pretty much for Lince to get his mask back on, while Gulak and company pretty much just mocked him. But yeah, Lince's mask straight up came off, and he took a lot of the heat here. And he did indeed eliminate Kendrick at some point. So Kendrick was the second person eliminated. The third person eliminated was actually Lince Dorado. It wasn't the Brian Kendrick. Lince was not the final person eliminated. Lince was eliminated by, I believe it was Jack Gallagher. Again, I don't remember exactly how he was eliminated. I do kind of remember what happened. I know Lince, like I said, he was taking a lot of the heat, and he was ready to hit the hot tag on Kalisto. But Brian Kendrick, who hasn't left just yet, decides to interfere and pull Kalisto off the apron, which allows Gallagher or Gulak. I don't even remember who eliminated him, to be honest. I missed that one, to be completely honest with you guys. eliminates Lince Dorado, leaving Kalisto in 2-on-1 action here. Jack Gallagher was then eliminated next by Kalisto, as Kalisto taking a lot of heat here, but he's able to luck into a Salido del Sol on Jack Gallagher after pretty much using Drew Gulak as his springboard or whatever. He runs off of Drew Gulak, kicking him off the apron in the process, hitting the Salido del Sol to eliminate Jack Gallagher, ending it with Drew Gulak and Kalisto as the two go back and forth. Drew Gulak ends the match with the Gulak in an impressive way, by the way. He kind of harks back to similar, earlier in the match when Lince Dorado's mask came off. So who knows? Maybe Lince's mask was supposed to come off, and that was the whole plan. But he starts ripping the mask off of Kalisto. Kalisto, of course, trying to pull the mask back down, allows Gulak to lock in the Gulak, make Kalisto tap out, and get the victory for his team. Grand Metalik really off his game. He had an in-ring performance of a 38. Lince Dorado with a 38 as well. So despite being off his game, he was able to hold his own with Grand Metalik. Lince. Unfortunately for both of them, though, they were the two weakest in the in-ring performance factor. Kalisto with an in-ring performance of a 45. Jack Gallagher with a 44. D. Brian Kendrick with a 43. And Drew Gulak, the best of the match, with a 46. Unfortunately, it lost heat for the feud, though. After the match is over, Drew Gulak goes out and grabs Penelope Pinata off the commentary table. I thought he was going to hit Kalisto with it, but instead he throws Penelope into the crowd to end off the show, pretty much. 50D plus for that. As we end off the show, what do we get? I must have skipped over it. Huh. Alright, well, there's an easy way to do this. We can just go back and look at our history real quick, but I must have skipped over it. I thought I was going to say something stupid like Lio Rush was used far too much in this match, or this show. What did we get last week? 61C, so we did worse. 55 C- for this week's 205 Live. And, yeah, there you have it. Why does it say Grand Lince? I guess because Kalisto and... but whatever. That's going to do it for this show. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a dams. All the social media accounts out there you feel it would help. Definitely help your homeboy out by sharing them there. And in fact, if you got some buddies you feel would enjoy the content, give them a share as well. And maybe help your boy get some new subscribers up in this bitch. As always, I've got my buddies down below in the description. You can always check them out. Highly recommend checking out ZachManziNVO. Very active on Twitch. Streams for about maybe 2 hours every day. Check out my buddy Raging Yoshi on YouTube. Very active as well. Uploads about a video every day. Currently doing Final Fantasy X. You can always check out more stuff. That's going to be the end, though. I will see you guys for SmackDown. Have a good one.